Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Today's best music, Magic 89.9. Another round of interviews from home, everybody. Hope you guys are doing nice and safe and staying safe, rather. My name is Migs Santillan, and today we are being joined by a very special group. You love them. You love the five of them. So get ready for three of them to join us today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one and only, why don't we? Well, specifically, Jack, Daniel, and Corbyn. Hey, how you guys doing?
Migs,
I'm absolutely mind blown by your bars, brother.
you just introed that like crazy.
That was the coolest thing I've seen this whole month. That was so dope.
Oh, thanks, guys.
We were doing okay before. We're doing great now.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here, man, really.
Believe me, the pleasure is all ours for you guys to join us on this wonderful day over here. So, you guys are doing great over there, and where you guys are in LA right now, right?
Los Angeles, California.
Daniel's.
I see the palm trees in the background.
Come here, Kobe. Say hi to Kobe, everybody.
Oh, hey, Kobe. Oh, he's so
Here
cute.
he is.
How many months old is he?
Yeah. Boy.
He's a little baby boy.
Adorable, dude. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we actually also got a puppy ourselves just last month, and believe me, that's how I woke up. Like she got thrown onto my bed, and I got woke up with a lot of licks this morning. So that's that was a great way to start the morning, and of course, a greater way to start today is by interviewing you guys. So let's dive on into the interview over here. So how does it feel like to be performing again live after nearly 2 years on break?
Insanely awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think for all of us, there were a lot of forgotten feelings and forgotten energy that was present in the room that night. It's just weird. We used to do that every single day, and like to the point where, in 2019, by the time we finished touring, we were like kind of over it in a sense. We all wanted to come home and sleep in our own beds and put on socks out of our own drawers and just like wanted some of the simple things in life back. And
We sure got that.
yeah, we sure got all of that and more. So I think it was great to realize how much of life you can sometimes accidentally take for granted. And since then we've just been discovering ourselves and our identity as a band, and really just been looking forward to the future, and getting back out on the road and putting out more music and just like going back to what we do best, and that's like being a band and playing shows for our fans.
I can totally relate because over here in Manila, I used to perform as a DJ in the nightlife. So these things were things I did take for granted as well, it's another gig, it's another night. Oh, I just gotta perform, make some money. But now that like the pandemic hit, you realize, oh my goodness, I actually do miss doing this. So I'm glad you guys felt the same, and I'm glad you now have something to look forward to there in the United States, because over here we're still a bit of a ways away from getting back there. But man, it would be great to see you guys live again over here.
As soon as we can be there, we will be. We've just been monitoring everything and playing it safe, and at the same time just like making more music so that when we go out on tour, we've got just a bunch of music to play. So that's been our goals.
Speaking of a bunch of music as well, dude, like with the good times and the bad ones coming out just last year, big question, do you guys immediately start writing Love Back right after like that dropped?
We took, I will say, we took like a month to absolutely do nothing after it came out, and that was really nice because that album, as much as I love it, it was hell to make because it was the first album we wrote and produced on our own. So it was just a lot of extra time spent. Every day and night was spent on it, like no joke. It was like no sleep involved, no days off. And so, yeah, we took, I would say, a month off and just kind of enjoyed that month. But I think the fact that we couldn't go on tour, we got bored very quickly. Had we been touring the good times and the bad ones, would have been a whole different story. But just sitting home after a month, we were so bored that we just started writing again. Love Back, though, it was brought to us by a good friend, Jay Hart, and a crew of guys named J Crew, some really good writer friends in LA. And they sent us Love Back and thought, we might take interest in it. We heard Love Back, and the hook really stood out to us. Just the sound of it, but also lyrically, at the time we were all going through some sort of relationship issues. Thanks, COVID, for that. Some of us break up, some of us were just getting into relationships, but all in all, the lyrics, if you're not going to be the one, at least give me back my love. I'd love to love someone new. I gave it all to you. Like, all of those lyrics just nailed it on the head for us. So we went in, we added guitars and we added our vocals and some new lyrics and worked with the guys on the song, and now you have the finished version. But actually, a fun fact about it used to be more of an EDM record. It kind of sounded more like a Calvin Harris, like Dua Lipa type of vibe, which was cool. But for us, we wanted it to be more guitar driven and like a band sound. But yeah.
Yeah, because I know for a fact that Jay Hart also worked with the likes of Martin Garrix, if I'm not mistaken, and he did some EDM songs back in the mid 2010s. So I'm not surprised by the fact that this song used to sound like an EDM song. I mean, it still kind of does have the elements in there, but yeah, I hear the guitar-driven elements, and hey, it makes it uniquely yours, actually, if you ask me. By the way, you said that the good times and the bad ones had what was hell to make. So are you guys going to take a different direction? Well, approach your next album and your next bunch of songs in a different direction?
I love that question because this last month has been also just so much work. With Love Back coming out, we changed the whole creative, the imaging of it, maybe a week before it came out. A new music video, everything was changed, and there is going to be a music video, but everything changed about it. So it's been very busy. And I remember at one point saying to one of them, it's funny, I'm either really bored and not doing anything and I'm pissed because I'm so bored, or I'm working so hard and I'm pissed because I can't stop working. There's but I will say I'd choose the work, I think, over the sheer boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
likewise, honestly.
I don't think mostly, I think we love making music, as hectic as it is. Like, it is like a full-time commitment, and like you do some absurd things throughout your day that like most people wouldn't do for their day job, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
And also, Jay Hart helped write 8 letters for us, and that just went platinum.
Okay, that
hard work showing.
That I did not see on the discography. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Actually, so because I know for a fact that Jay Hart is he's a hit maker. He's had lots of hits. I did not know 8 letters was also from him. So what was it like actually working though with James Aberhart, aka Jay Hart, for everyone out there? Because this guy is a fantastic producer, and I can imagine he's also someone fantastic to work with.
Yeah, he's such a cool dude.
He's great.
He's just such good energy. Like, he's like a star in his own right.
He'll be gifted, man.
Yeah,
he sings so good.
We've done a couple. Yeah, he's an incredible singer. And it's funny. We'll go over to his house to write or record vocals, and like he'll come out of his room like fully dripped out in like a Fendi like Balenciaga fit, just to like sit down in the house and chill. And it's so funny because if you know the guy, like it's the most him thing ever. He's not like he's like flashy, but he's in like his like Jay Hart flashy way. It's so he's like Freddie Mercury. He's
literally a hidden Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
it's insane. He could do so much with his own career if he wanted.
So bless up to him, and bless up to his partners. They call themselves J Crew. There's 4 of them, and their names all start with J. And they did Love Back. They're incredible. We've been doing a lot more sessions with those guys. We've made some really, really sick music. So now we're just like going through the vault and deciding what comes next, I guess.
I kind of love the fact that their whole crew all their names start with J.
Yeah, it's James,
What are the
Johnny,
chances?
Jackson,
Yeah.
the
So,
legends.
so with all of that, okay, so you mentioned also that Love Back was brought to you. So every song I'd say that someone performs, you have some magnetism. So you mentioned that some of you guys were going through relationships either in or out. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. I think, to start it off, we're dudes in our 20s, and we've all I think COVID was tough for everybody, and I think, like he said earlier, people were either getting in relationships or getting out of relationships during quarantine, and
We're getting in and then out and then in and then back out.
yeah, like just a bunch of crazy. Um, yeah, and we had all like pretty recently gone through either breakups or just tough times. And so when that song was actually brought to us originally, it was very in line with what our lives were at the time. So it kind of spoke to us on that personal level. And then we took verse 2 and we flipped verse 2 a bit, and then messed with the production, and like really made it a Why Don't We song, and made sure that it really applied to everything that was going on in our lives at that moment too. And probably what was happening in other people's lives. I mean, I'm sure we weren't the only ones having a tough time.
Oh boy, last year, believe me, last year was tough for everybody. So that's why when you guys dropped like Love Back, I'm pretty sure you put a smile on a lot of people's faces because they could instantly relate to it. Plus, it's got that why don't we energy, People
Yeah.
need a bit of energy in their days, in their nights, especially nowadays. So is Love Back also a snippet of what to expect from your next album in terms of sound and, content?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No
I'd
worries.
say our music's definitely going to get a bit more instrument driven, as it has started to since our last album.
It's like I feel like Love Back is like a good foundation of where the new sound started for Why Don't We in this new rollout of music we're doing. But we sat on Love Back for about 6 months, and there are reasons we couldn't release it. But in that time, we made so much more music, and it just kept feeling like there was some growth made. And we like to move with music. We like to chase kind of what's cool, and we like, like right now we've been listening to some punk music, and like that whole sound is coming back, and we personally love it. And so there's flares of that in the new music. But Love Back is such a solid start, I would say, of like the direction everything's heading for sure.
Exciting. Okay, so that's a little preview for everybody there. So everybody now knows slightly what to expect, but I'm pretty sure you guys are going to throw some curveballs again. Keep the fans excited for that.
Always.
So, given that, what's next for Why Don't We?
Just music, and then get
Love it.
back out on the road as soon as we can, and just taking every day one step at a time. Always looking towards the sun, and just wishing that every day is as good of a day as it can be.
Yeah.
Love it.
And music.
Honestly, I'd like to keep that quote like framed now because that's how everybody should, that's how everybody should go about their days. Keep looking towards the sun and keep creating, keep making things happen, and keep going on. So before we wrap things up, just any words for your Filipino fans?
We love you beyond words can describe.
Yep.
And thank you for supporting Love Back
Yeah.
and us through all of this craziness. But
Mm-hmm.
We hope you love Back, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
It would be great to come back on tour and do a show for you guys soon.
We love y'all. Mwah.
Man, it'll be great to see you guys live soon as well.
89.9, baby. Woo!
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Y'all got a dope host. Just saying.
Thanks, guys. Oh my God. I did not expect to be complimented this early in the morning over here, but man, you guys just made my day. So thank you for that.
Good for you, man.
So, of course, folks, again, that's Corbyn, Jack, and Daniel of Why Don't We right here on Magic 89.9. Don't forget, we are playing Love Back every single day. Vote for it, make it short, keep supporting these guys. And, of course, don't forget, to make a petition to make them come here back to the Philippines when things are
Yeah.
all right. Man, we can't wait for that day to start. Of course, my name is Migs Santillan, reminding everybody once again to stay safe, take care, stay sanitized, stay awesome, and please get vaccinated so we can get back to normal world soon. And of course, this is today's best music. We are Magic 89.9. Bye-bye, everybody.